Welcome to my video on vertigo. For some context, I have filmed my health journeys on here before, back when I had amenorrhea, and I thought, why not film this as well, because I have exhausted everything that I need to do today. And so next on my content list that was suitable to start filming now is daily life with vertigo. I look very shabby right now because I've spent the past 4 days at home, literally going between my bed, bathroom, lounge, and kitchen, and pretty much nowhere else, and obviously mainly my bed and literally just rotting. Vertigo is the way that my body responds to stress in the ultimate way. So the way that my body first starts telling me that I am stressed is by acne, which you can see that I've had the past few months, then by a delayed period where my period was delayed by a couple months and I actually got it today, and then finally is vertigo, which I got after getting out of the shower at 1 a.m. on Saturday morning, and unfortunately I've had it ever since. And basically I know this routine because it has happened now 4 times, and that's ill, in the past 3 years. So it first happened when I had a very stressful full-time job and I was a fresh uni graduate, and basically I worked for quite a dodgy company, and so unfortunately I had acne for the first time in my life from that. And then I also had vertigo after getting off one of their corporate work parties. And I thought it was literally just me getting off a boat, because it literally feels like that. It just feels like you are continuously swaying on the boat. But it continued for 2.5 weeks after going on that boat. Then that feeling disappeared. I got through my 21st birthday party with that feeling. I don't know how, but I just did it. I literally had to also get my hair washed by someone else because I was going to get it styled anyway for the party, but I literally had to get it washed too because it was so bad and I couldn't literally tip my head over in the shower. Second time I had it was when I had a very traumatic family event, and basically I got it again, and I also had COVID around that time too, but that was literally 5 months after the first time. And I don't think I had acne during that time because thank goodness I had moved to a better job. I didn't get it in 2023 at all because honestly that year for me was almost a perfect year. Literally the only thing that made it not a perfect year for me was my anxiety. And that was the best adult year that I've had so far. 2 years ago, 2023, woohoo. Anyway, then last year I got it at the second last day of the year, yippee, 30th of December. I was out with my friends, literally just shopping at a shopping center, and I suddenly started to feel it. I saw the floor in Maya look like it was going towards me a little closer, and I was like, damn it, this feels a little too familiar. And yeah, it was vertigo again for the first time in over a couple years. And I had had acne, not too bad, but still bad in my books throughout that year since getting engaged. And I was like, yeah, wedding planning stress, I'm a type A person, I'm stressed, of course. I got it because I was so stressed from certain people making wedding planning very hard for me. So that was the longest that it had lasted, which was 5 weeks, all the way till a couple days before my wedding day. Woohoo! I literally nearly died. I wanted to crash out so bad. Honestly, I did crash out so much. I'd had so many mental breakdowns during my wedding planning. It was traumatic. You guys saw a lot of it on this channel, and yeah, it was just so gross. Ugh, have you ever met a bride who hated wedding planning as much as I did? I don't think so. Anyway, so that is where we are at now. I've been married for 5 months. I love my husband. I think he's great. I think our marriage has been great so far. But there are other issues in our life, external ones, that are being really annoying. One of them is my body basically breaking down. Like, as I told you in my recap of what I want to achieve by the end of the year, a lot of it was focused on health. And of course, literally a couple of days after I filmed that video, I get vertigo. Haha, it's like my body being like, we don't want you to achieve your goals for the year. So I thought, why not film my daily life with vertigo? And also I have been to GPs about it. Nobody has been able to figure it out. There have been no correlations made. There have been no solutions made. I have the medicines that I can take for it. I have searched up a version of vertigo called PPPD, which was only considered to be classified as a condition as of 8 years ago. So it's very new. And so there's not much research done on it. But I feel like I resonate with it the most when I search up vertigo types, but I have not gotten diagnosed with it because people can't diagnose me with what I have in the first place. I can only tell them that I feel like I am swaying and spinning around and that I have vertigo. That is literally the only way I know how to describe it. But when I read symptoms for PPPD, I really just resonate with it the most. Anyway, Welcome to my vlog on living with PPPD when I am 4 days out from a work conference and my first time going overseas by myself. Morning, I thought I'd give, it's not morning, it's afternoon. I thought I'd give an update. It's been 5 days with vertigo. Today was the first morning I woke up and didn't feel it as much. Like every morning is a battle of I need to not think about it and I have to resist the thought of, oh yeah, I remember that I have vertigo as much as I can, otherwise it'll just get worse really fast. And usually I can feel it a lot when I get up from my morning pee, but this morning I actually didn't feel it as much. And then a couple hours ago it started to kick in a little stronger, but I would still say that I'm on the side of it's not as bad as before. So I'm really hoping maybe there's a chance that I actually won't have it by Sunday when I fly to my work trip. I don't know, but I just thought I would give that update because it's lasted the shortest at 2.5 weeks. So I'm like scared that it will not be good until after my conference, but maybe there's some miracle that this is like a shorter version of it than usual. So yeah, I still feel really dizzy, especially if I look to the side and not to something straight in front of me. So for example, a laptop or a phone has to be like right in front of my face and not off to the side where I have to like angle my eyes differently or my neck differently. Like I kind of have to turn my whole body instead of like just being able to turn my neck to something. So that's my little update of today. Maybe I will improve, maybe I will decline again. Who knows? Just checking in. It's currently 6:20 at night. I've spent hours in bed and only really getting up to pee and change my pad because I had my period. So today I have started to feel the vertigo come on as much as yesterday again, unfortunately, but my period is distracting me from the pain. Good thing is that it feels like it's more of a silver lining for when I travel this Sunday because at least I'll only have a couple days of period left and hopefully they're the non-pain days. So it's better to have vertigo than vertigo and period pain. That would be terrible on a flight. I feel like I would just throw up on the flight, to be honest. That's my update. The world is rocking up and down right now, so I've pretty much just been trying to relax by doing nothing, which at times has felt a little unproductive, but it's something that I feel like my body needs anyway. Also, from staying home for 5 days straight, my acne has kind of shrunk. Like when I get out of the shower, it still gets really red, but it's like that cluster's pretty bad. But I don't know, I feel like the pimples have shrunk. I'm still gonna go to the esthetician next month, but hope it doesn't last longer than half a year because so far it's been half of that. So if it lasts for double of what I've already been going through, then I might flip. But yeah, all my health issues suck. Oh, also an update. We just booked the GP in for Saturday because I don't just have vertigo to bring up. I have a lot of issues that I want to talk to him about, and he knows everything about my background, even though I only started going to him a couple years ago. But I've come to trust him and value what he says, so I'm basically going to see what he says about everything. I'm going with Bill as usual because he's my support, and yeah, I'll probably be bringing up like 7 different things that I'm worried about to him. I'm home alone, kind of getting hungry, but Mum just went to buy meat for tonight's dinner, so I think we're gonna have a pretty late one because it's already 7:20, so it's exactly an hour since I last filmed, and I've been doing the same thing, scrolling on Insta a bit more than usual while YouTube still plays, but I don't know what else to do besides brain rot. Like I could make content, but that would require me to move around obviously, so I don't want to do that. I have packed for the majority of Singapore and the majority of my things in my room are clean. Don't have much else to do. Every time I get up, the movement is still there. Little update from dinner. I feel really dizzy now that I have watched a few videos where my body was slightly angled because I wanted my family to be able to see it as well. I also actually watched some of my wedding videos that I have posted on here, and I'm sure I'll get into this one day, but I feel like I was holding on to some bitterness about my wedding and the planning and how it just didn't go the way that I expected. So I actually started to watch a few and I just felt a lot happier. And I also have a problem for my flight this Sunday morning. I have to sleep by 7:30 p.m. for it. Obviously not saying I'm actually going to fall asleep by then, but like I'm going to be basically getting into bed at that time. And my brother decided to invite 11 friends over. So it's not going to be fun for me because my room is positioned in the house where I can pretty much hear anything from any room. So it's going to be really horrible sleeping on Saturday night.
Yeah, there's a hyperlink to understanding terms and connector searches, so there's more complete reference as well. And if I click into that, I'm gonna find now with this general legal requirement. Sorry, with this guidance note here, at the right hand side here, we've got the currency information, and this is how I would always all of that and throw in the pitter.
It's my last day in Sydney today.
Got me eating.
We just had a very yummy lunch by Bill, pasta and steak, and I rated it a 10 out of 10.
Being too nice.
No, I reckon he really needs to start his food truck because cooking is Bill's passion. I have a rash here. So this is the state of my acne, and my vertigo has so far been better than yesterday today, but whenever I look to the side again, it starts to restart. So I have to always be facing whatever's in front of me, including the rest of my body. Like it all has to be aligned facing forward. So that's the only way that I don't feel it as much. And my period is also very heavy still, but the cramps are slightly better. They're still there, they're just a little bit less painful. So that is my update. Bill is very kindly repacking my carry-on for me.
Nah, just have OCD.
I'm gonna miss you. It's gonna be our first time away from each other for that long in a long time, and also first time away from each other for even one night since we got married. I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Gonna miss you too.
Bye for the vlog. This was my video about vertigo.
Vertigo?
I filmed a little bit of the vertigo. What the heck? Making fun of me. This guy's been taking care of me so well for the last week.
That's why I can make fun of you.
Yeah. He's been helping me a lot because obviously this overseas trip is coming up. And I'm going to do some content in Singapore because I'm not going to waste going overseas. And hopefully this goes away.